Yeah, there's you. And then go here really quick. Did you see? Click sound. Click. See if that. Oh, yeah, there's you. Go on. Sweet. Okay.
I'm in both places now?
Yeah. Oh, but here, go back here for a second. And then, there you go. Okay. People can hear you.
Oh, okay.
The comments are all here.
All right, cool. What did I do? All right. I think I did it right. I didn't mess it up.
Yes, they can hear you now.
Okay.
And so you'll be able to see comments here. And if you want to add them to the stage later, you can.
Oh,
Or
okay.
mute them.
Hi, whoever's down there in the little camera section. Hello to all you guys signing on. Happy Valentine's Day. It is one of my favorite days, and not for any romantic reason. Thank you guys for coming. Hi. Good to see you all. Thank you for coming on. I am very excited. Usually on Valentine's Day, I get to do these little live events, so it's pretty cool. Hi to everybody signing on. It's good to see you. I'm reading them, and so this StreamYard thing, for any of you guys who don't know how we're doing this live, there's Instagram, Facebook, and then the StreamYard app, and something else too, maybe YouTube. So all of it's all streaming into one location. So hello to you guys down there on camera. I am, for anybody who watched me last time, we did some live ones, which was really cool. So I'll be able to bring people on to actually do it so you could see it instead of just we just had to go back and forth. Hi, happy Valentine's Day to all of you. We just had to go back and forth between people typing, and then I was waiting, and then whatever. So this way, I can do some of them on video, but there's only so many people that we can allow on video. Hi, what is the link for the Stream app? Stephanie's watching this, so I will let her tell you. My daughter is my assistant, so she's moderating. So I will let her answer you because I don't actually know the answer to that, Angela. So whoops, that's not, yeah. So anyway, hi. I see two people sign on, Nikki and Kimmy. Hi, Kimmy Cat. That was my my little nickname when I used to do online dating and stuff, was Kim Cat. So Kimmy Cat, I like that one. Anyway, you guys, thanks for signing on, and thanks for doing this with me. So as of today, 18 years ago, I started doing this full time, and I've been doing it ever since. And I absolutely love every freaking minute of it. But this is what Valentine's is. And it also has I also have a memory, I have a dog. Well, it's kind of like a shared dog, I've split custody with the dog, but the dog's birthday is Valentine's Day as well. So Valentine's Day has become so much more to me than just romantic. It's all these little celebrations. I guess every holiday, you just kind of make it what you want it to be. I am trying to read these and follow on. I just want you to know that Stephanie is moderating for me, and Stephanie's my daughter, my assistant. And so she will kind of answer any questions and stuff like that, but we'll wait just a little bit till we get some more people signed on, and I'll probably do a few readings. So we'll do some psychic stuff. We'll do some medium stuff. We'll have a good time. And anyway, so I am in Colorado at the moment. Someone said hello from Colorado. So hello from Colorado as well. It is cold as hell outside. But just for you guys, signing on, just so you know a few things about stuff I have coming up. I don't know if any of you guys have been to my office recently. My son has opened up he has a pop-up bakery there for people who have celiac or are gluten intolerant. So it's really cool, but I mean, it is kind of cool, but it's also not kind of cool, because if any of you guys known me for a long time, I lost a bunch of weight. And so having cannolis on hand is a bit much, but it's really good. And he's in my office, like in the big room in my office between 8 and 3 every day. But as far as like stuff I have coming up, just so you know, I have a tarot class coming up. It's a tarot class with Sarah Martucci and Jen Welty, who are good friends of mine. And we are calling it the Twisted Trio because we're all weirdos, the best kind of weirdos. And so we'll be doing a class like that in April, in March for any of you guys who are in the South, because I know like not everybody signing on is necessarily just in Colorado. I'm doing my little tour of the South with Anthony Maraca again in March. And that's in Savannah, and then Charleston, and then Charlotte, and then Raleigh, North Carolina. So if any of you guys are out there and you want to attend, there are some, all the links and stuff are on my website to buy tickets and stuff like that. Hi to everybody saying hi to me. It's my work anniversary of being a full-time psychic for 18 years today. It was the day that I just had to like follow my heart. So, and please excuse the broom behind me. I'm just like, where is that even? Oh, it's over here. You can tell I'm at home. So anyway, I am just saying hi to everybody. We'll get to some readings. I just am just waiting. We'll get to a few more people signed on. You guys are welcome to ask me any questions if you want. We also, so the tarot class is in April, the tour of the South is in March, and then in May on Mother's Day weekend, I'm doing a retreat again with Dina. And I love these retreats, and it's so cool that it's on, like, I didn't even realize this. We didn't even know this, but for any of you guys know, like 9/12 is a big deal for me because my kid's dad, we always see signs of 9/12. And then the cost for it originally was 9/12 and everything. And so anyway, it was 9/12, 9/12, 9/12, and he was all over it. And so without realizing it, the one this year is on Mother's Day weekend from May 9th through the 12th. So it should be a lot of fun, but it's just funny how he just keeps showing up in my life like that. I think it's absolutely awesome. If you guys want to switch to StreamYard, you're welcome to. The reason that we use StreamYard is because it's more private. There's not as much like spam kind of shit going on there. Thank you for anybody saying I look nice. I appreciate it. I made an effort. Kind of made an effort. So I have on my Valentine's sweater. It's got hearts all over it, but it is not what I was wearing at work today. I was just wearing my regular clothes while I was doing readings. But anyway, so those are the things that I have coming up, and there's, social events and stuff like that, because community is really important with this kind of stuff, like that you have people to talk to, that you have people who you feel like are kind of like in alignment with you. So after the tarot class, we'll be starting some kind of like meetup type of stuff at my office on Sundays, and my son's bakery will be there, so you get coffee and a gluten-free donut and then play with some tarot cards. Basically just to, like help people connect, because there's so many people that are there's people like me in this world who like video and stuff like that. That's fine. I'll do it because I have to, but I like being around people. I'm an extrovert. I get energy from being around people. So I actually like it when people come to me for readings and stuff like that. Zoom is awesome too, because then I can see them. And phone is also awesome in a different way, because then I just kind of like don't have any other information in front of me, so it's very validating to me when I do phone readings, but I definitely like seeing people and giving them a hug and stuff like that. Thank you guys for all your nice comments to me. And yeah, we do have some exciting stuff coming up. So it's all on my website, and I'm excited about it. And I'm so happy that you guys are all signed on to watch me do this. Somebody saw me today. It's so good seeing you today. Somebody saw me today. Where did you see me? Did you come to my office? I I don't think I'm that forgetful. Anyway, hold on a second. Someone is trying to enter, but the studio is full, 12 people. Okay, you guys. So here's the thing about the camera stuff. We can only have so many people signed on, showing up on their camera at one time. So I will kind of like start doing readings here in about 3 minutes. I'm gonna start doing readings. And then I might pull you off video. I might pull you off the side thing. But let me just tell you one thing. When we're doing this, there's, like this is multiple platforms streaming in together, but especially on Facebook, people are shady as fuck. So people will read the information that you put on there, and then they'll reach out to you and they'll say they have some kind of message or whatever. So do not put a bunch of your personal stuff in the comments, okay? Like whether it's video or whether Stephanie ends up highlighting the comments and then they show up on the bottom of the screen, that's fine. But it's very important that you guys know that I will never reach out to you. I mean, like in this context, yeah, because I'm on video, but I will never send you a message saying, oh, you got to get a reading from me, or do anything like that. That is never me. So, and anyone who comes on your page or comments and says like, oh, like I've got a message, I'm picking something up, do not do that. A legit psychic does not need to go and troll Facebook or whatever to get clients from information that they're reading. Like that's not legit at all. And I know I've had some clients over the years kind of like fall for that. So I don't want you guys to be susceptible to that. So less information is always better. I know I don't need tons of information to do a reading. I actually prefer that you say less. So if you get on video with me and I pull you onto video, you don't have to tell me very much, but whatever you need to bring up to just like validate or whatever, that's absolutely fine. But don't put your information in the comments, especially not on Facebook. That's where we see it the worst. And people are like making fake pages and friending you and stuff. I will never, ever, ever in a million years do that. And I want to let you guys know on YouTube. Oh, and the other thing, this is really cool podcast. And so there's clips of it that are going to be coming into YouTube and Facebook and whatever. And so that was a really cool podcast talking about this kind of stuff. But then I also last month or the month ago, I don't remember when it was, we did a video and it's on YouTube that says the whole story of how I got started doing this. So if you're ever interested in that, it is definitely a very, interesting story, but it is on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel, which is Medium and Psychic Kim Moore, and it's got the little ampersand in the middle, so it's Medium ampersand Psychic Kim Moore. So that's where it is. And for you guys who are saying you really want a reading, that is awesome. Hold on here. I may never have known the question we have. Okay, I'm having a hard time reading everything. So basically, I'm just going to start doing readings. Stephanie's going to moderate. Again, please don't put a bunch of your information in the comment section, especially if you're on Facebook, because there's just all kinds of little trolls out there trying to get you to give them money or cash app them or whatever. And you don't need to do that. That is not your loved ones. No. So, all right. I got some people on video and I got some people on the side. So I'm just going to start. And what I'm going to do is I am going to connect with someone's loved one. And I feel like, so I have a few people signed on the video thing. So if you guys are on video, I might pull you in, just so you know, I might pull you in and just will share the screen. There's this thing where you can just share the stage. So I'll do that. And just so you guys know, I'll probably be doing this until about 7:30. So I'm going to do several readings because I love doing them. And it's the special day of that. So anyway, all right, here. So let me see what we got here. And the other thing is, if I've read you before, and I know there's lots of people on here that I've probably done a reading for you or whatever. And if you've seen me, you know, I don't remember shit. But there should be new information. So just so you know that there should be new information from me, even if I don't remember the old information. So I just want to let you know that. But yeah, so let's start this. on video. And let's see here who we got. We got a bunch of people here who are ready to be on video. And so I am pulling Kimmy Cat because I like your name. So I'm adding you. Hi. Let me get you, make sure that your audio is on. Can you say something so I know it's you? Oh, wait, I can't hear you. So hold on, you might be muted. Let's see if I can figure this mystery out. Are you muted on your computer? Like, do you have the volume down on your computer? No, yes, no. I can't quite hear you, so that makes this a little problematic. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I mute it, unmute it. All right. I think you might have your volume on your thing or it's not working according to plan. So I'm going to pick someone else, but what? Oh, is my volume on? That is a fine question. Hold on. My volume is on. And my volume is on. And it's not Bluetooth. So yes, the volume is on. So say something again, Kim. Yeah, for some reason I can't hear you. Oh, well, look. So I will get back to you. I don't know what the volume issue is, but we might end up having to do it a different way. But I will get back to you, okay? I promise. And so I'm going to move on to, let's see. I'm going to remove you from the stage. Let me just try one more time, like taking you out and then putting you back on and see if that works. All right. Edit. Do I want to kick you from the studio? No, I don't want to kick you out. I don't even know how to do this. All right, you guys, who wants to sit here and watch me and try to figure out the computer? So I'm going to grab Nikki and I am going to remove Kim. And Nikki, have I read you before?
You've read a family member.
Okay. So, all right, I'm putting you on here, but Kim, don't think, or Kimmy Cat, don't think that I'm forgetting, okay? We just got to figure out the logistics of it. But I just don't want everyone to sit here and watch me trying to figure my shit out. So for you, my dear, all I would ask for, so you've said I've read family members. All I would ask for is just a first name so I can make sure I'm getting where you need to go. A first name, but this is for anyone who signs on here, okay? Anyone, if I pull you on, if we do it on thing, this is what I tell people when they come for readings. Try not to tell me too much. All I need is a name. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Usually I'll say like a bunch of stuff. You could be like, that's all true except this one thing. And then just let it go. And then I'll see if I can figure it out again. But that way, that's kind of how it goes. So I've never actually read you before, but I've read other people connected to your dead person. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the first name of the person you want to talk to?
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Okay. Give me just a moment. And if it looks like I'm staring off into space, it's because I am. Because that's what I do when I actually do readings. But Cynthia's older than you. And was she ill before she passed? And is she also a mother? So I feel like I have a woman who has children, health issues, and she was sick. And she does seem older than you, but I'm looking at you and you look exceptionally young to me. But would Cynthia be older than you? Would she also have children? And would she have died of an illness?
Yes, to all three.
Okay. And the other thing is she kind of feels like a mother figure to you, or like she's watching over you or something. So that seems to be my feeling with her. And she's also telling me though, like, obviously she knows how to do this, but she's awesome. Is she like a mother figure to you? Like, it seems like she wants to nurture you and like give you a hug. So
my aunt.
She's your aunt. So she's like a mother figure. So she comes and she like wraps her arm around you. But is she an aunt on your mother's side? Okay. She just keeps talking about your mom. So I think your mom's alive though. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. And I also feel like though she's actually really funny and entertaining. And I feel like her personality is kind of crazy sometimes, but it's beautiful. Like she's just blossoming into this like lotus flower of light when I'm looking at her, because I feel like that's what it's been like since she passed away, with how she feels. Because I think she felt like shit before she died. So when I'm looking at her as this like light blossom, but the thing that I keep seeing with her is the little outline of a lotus flower. I don't think she grew lotus flowers or anything like that. But sorry guys, I'm drinking my giant thing of water. So I don't think she grew those kinds of flowers. I think they only grow in mud. But the thing about Cynthia is that when I'm looking at her, that when I'm seeing that lotus flower rise out of the mud, I know that whatever was going on with her health absolutely sucked. So I'm looking at her growing like through the, like the lotus flower goes through the manure. It goes into the light. The other thing is, does Cynthia also have a mother in the spirit world? Like, is your grandma also in the spirit world with her? Because they're coming together as like a team. And I think your grandpa is there too. And then there's another guy there who's like coming in like this, but he looks like an uncle or something. But I'm wondering if he isn't on the other side of your family. Because it's like your grandma's over there and your aunt, but then and you got a grandfather over there as well. But then on the other side of your family, which would be your dad's side, I have someone here who strikes me as a father figure, would have died very unexpectedly fast. But he seems to be on the other side of the family or something. So do you have an uncle or a dad that died very quickly? It's got to be someone in their like 50s or 60s. I don't think they're really old when they pass.
I had a cousin that happened that was younger, 31.
31.
But it was on my mom's side.
Nope. That's okay. That guy's here, but this is someone else. I feel like I'm just on your dad's side or something. So I don't know who that guy is. He says, hey, what's up? Your cousin, though, that's different, because however he died was unexpected. It's not from illness. That's not illness. The other guy that I'm talking to died of a health issue and died very unexpectedly, and he's on your dad's side. So you got someone on your dad's side, but on your mom's side, I got Cynthia. I got your grandparents, both of your grandparents. But that cousin that you're talking about, that was your aunt's with him. That's a male cousin, correct?
Yes.
Is that his mom? Or he's standing with your aunt. So I don't know if it's his mom or if it's, I think, is that cousin's mom still living?
Yes.
And you still communicate with her, although not all the time, but I feel like you talk to his mom sometimes. Like, this isn't like an ongoing, I call her every day kind of thing. And so when he's coming through, your aunt and your grandma are saying to let his mom know that he's okay. I do think he is around her a lot, but there's a lot of messages about her needing to know he's okay. So I'm just going to kind of leave that there, because I know he's not necessarily the main focus, but Cynthia is a boss. She's getting things going. She's introducing me to people. She like, it's almost like I feel like I'm with this lady who's like friends with everybody. And it doesn't even matter whether she knew them or didn't know them. She's just so friendly and warm. And I think your aunt's kind of awesome. She also tells me, though, she wasn't alone when she died. I feel like there was a lot of people around her, or people who came to visit her, but she may not have been completely responsive, or it's just almost like she just kind of drifted away, but she might've been unconscious, non-responsive. But she said she knew she was never alone. She may have already told this to some other family member that's come to me for a reading, but I feel like, though, you and her got along really freaking good, and you don't even know why. Like, it was just, you guys hit it off from the moment you were born. You and her like old friends, and you actually feel like friends with your aunt. I have no aunts that I feel friendly with. This lady is like so friendly and fun. And she says, so are you. Because I actually feel like she says, like, it's almost like, so sometimes I think our loved ones can see the world through our eyes. So like sometimes you might go dancing, or maybe you're just dancing at home. I don't know. But this lady seems to dance with you and go out with you. And she would love to do those things if she was here and well, is my feeling. So does that all sound like your aunt?
Yes.
And I just got to tell you, is there something about you having kids? Like, do you want kids? Okay, do you already have them? Okay. She's talking about kids for you. I don't wish babies on anybody, okay? Because I have 4. I don't wish them on anybody. It's a lot of work. And if you don't want kids, I respect that. However, she doesn't. So I don't know. She's acting like there's a kid that's going to be born. Maybe somebody's pregnant or something. If it's in your generation, not in hers. But it's almost like she's talking about a child being born into that family. So whether it's you or a sibling or something like that, she seems to have an awareness of a child. So I'm going to say to you, though, we're not going to say it's your kid. We're just going to say it's a kid floating around in the universe that may dump down in your family at some point.
I got it.
No, dogs don't count. I mean, they do and they don't. My kitties, I consider them my children, but I also consider my children my children. But whatever this is, I feel like there's another one to be born or something like that in the family. She likes babies, but she also likes having a good time. So I feel like that's what she's telling me, is that there's something like this. So maybe if she had kids, maybe one of her kids is having a kid. Maybe that's what she's trying to show me. But it looks like she's talking about that. So it might be connected to one of her kids and not you. However, she knows how much you miss her. And you tell her all the time that you love her and you hope she's doing better. And that dog of yours sees her. And I also feel like, though, she has a couple of other dogs over there. Some of them might be hers or family dogs, but they're not the same as yours. And so anyway, she just wanted to let you know she's very much at peace. She says, you've gotten that message from, I know you said that I read somebody or something. She just said, you've gotten that message from them too. Like everybody's told you that, but you still just want to know for you, for yourself, you know, like that she's okay. And she absolutely is. So I feel like, though, you talk to her a lot. So keep talking to her. She freaking loves that. And I think spirits can hear us, like, or at least they're aware. I don't think they have ears, but I think they're at the very least very aware of what we're experiencing and what we're going through. So she comes and are you also changing something with your job? Or you just did or something?
I have my own business and I just got a new licensure.
Yes. So now you're doing something more. You're adding, growing into something or whatever with your business, because I just feel like she's kind of proud of that. She's like, look what she's doing. So whatever you're doing with work, I know that your aunt is like cheering you on. I also know that our loved ones can inspire good things around us. So I just want to tell you that she absolutely adores you. And she has every intention of bringing good things into your life the best she can. But I just want to let you know that and give you all the love from her. She's happy I chose you. She's telling me, she's like, thank you. I just needed to know I was okay. And I also think you've gotten signs and stuff from her, just these little synchronicities that happen. She said she's been all over, like sprinkled in your life, but with your job, she's also sprinkled in that. So I just want to tell you that because, I don't know, she adores you. So, tell your mom she said hi.
Okay.
That was because your mom thinks of her all the time. And so she's like, I just want her to know I came. Like she busted through all these people to give me the inclination to choose you. So I just want to let you know that, and let you know, like, my heart just overflows with love for her family and everything else. Thank you for being on camera. Thank you for participating. I appreciate it. And it was very nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Have a great night. Happy Valentine's. Bye-bye.
Too.
All right. So now it's time for another willing victim. on the video here. Okay, I think I'm going to pop over to the just the people typing because I think it's fair to just kind of go back and forth because there's only 12 people allowed on video. So I feel like, and you guys will have to bear with me because I don't know where my reading glasses are, and I am using my my bifocals. So please excuse me if you see me like that. All right. Hi to everybody saying hi to me. Thank you for tuning in and everything. So make sure, just as a reminder, especially any of you guys tuning in from Facebook, do not put a bunch of your personal information into the comments. There's people on Facebook who will say, oh, I have a message for you or whatever, and totally like, just don't. That will never be me. I'm not reaching out to people through Facebook saying you need a reading from me. So just know that. I actually feel like, so I'm going to start and I'm going to say a lot of information about one person. And this is a lady who's here. So I'm going to put all the information here. And then I'm going to see in the comments who might resonate with this. But this is not going to be my video people. This is going to be the people who are typing, the people who aren't necessarily able to get in on the video. And then we'll go back to the video and then we'll go back to this. So I actually feel like I have somebody's mother here. And she actually, so this may be a daughter that's on here that took care of her. I kind of don't feel like I've ever talked to this lady before. Excuse me. I don't know if she's even done anything like this before, and I feel like her passing is pretty recent. So I don't know that she's opposed to it or anything. I just know that she died pretty recently, and she had a daughter that was taking care of her. And I feel like for this lady, her family is extremely important, like very, very important to her. Meaning, before any of you guys say this is me or anything, let me give you some more facts here about her before I kind of attach her to someone. So she tells me she was ill. She tells me she was in hospice, and she tells me she was living in somebody's house. She has somebody's house, meaning one of her kids. She had multiple health issues before she died. So it's not just one thing, but she was in hospice care in somebody's house who was also taking care of her. She also tells me she wasn't alone when she died, although she seems to go in the middle of the night or something like that. So I just feel like there were people with her, but I'm looking in the dark with the stars in the sky. So I know that when she passes in the evening. I also feel like she wasn't exactly kind of like Nikki's aunt, wasn't responsive at the end. This lady definitely was not responsive at the end, but she was also highly medicated. So it might have meant or felt like she was non-communicative or non-responsive, but in actuality, she wasn't. She could hear everything. She just couldn't respond, and she was kind of like glazed over with medication. So what I want to say, and I would say, just because there's several people on here and I really want to just narrow it down to who it actually belongs to, because often when I do these things, there's so many people out there who, want to get a reading and stuff like that, but I don't want to make it fit. I want it to be the message going to the person who needs it. But she's telling me that right now there's a daughter on here who has asked her to come tonight. She was in hospice care at her daughter's, or like her daughter was with her. It feels like home. She had a bunch of stuff wrong with her. Whoever this is for, the dad is already gone. So the mom is the second one to go, because she's telling me that when she died, she saw him. So this person has a mother and father in the spirit world, both parents. And the woman, though, the mother died more recently. And I definitely feel like she was sick, but I kind of think she was in her 80s because it does seem like she's kind of older when she's coming through. And that's the only thing that I would say is a little bit subjective to the person, because I feel like sometimes when people get really sick, they look a lot older than they actually are. So that's kind of the feeling here. So let me see. Susan Tucker. Susan Tucker. I keep seeing your name on here. My mother. It's my mother. So were you with your mom, Susan? She was 89. Okay. And you were with her when she passed? And so what we're going to do is highlight Susan Tucker's comments. And so that way I don't have to sit there and try to read them. So you'll see them in the corner of the screen. So is this all true? Was she in your house? Were you taking care of her? And was she on hospice? And did she die recently? So let me just check all that information, check in with you, Susan, and see what you've got to say to all of that. Did you say yeah or no? That might have been the old yeah. So I don't know, but this lady, she is, wait a sec. My father died before her, not in her 80s. She had Parkinson's, but not in your house. Okay, Susan. So were you with her when she died? Because wherever she is, it feels like home. I feel very much at peace there. You guys, I do think I'm with Susan, but I'm not done doing readings. So don't worry. I'll get back to you. But Susan, you said all of it's true, except she didn't die in your house. Did she die in a place that was either made to look like home or where she felt like she was at home? Because that's like an important element to this, is that she was, and you guys try not to Facebook people, my Facebook people. No, hold on, 707. Why is that? I see yes, and I see no in one spot. So 707, you guys hold on here a second. I'm trying to figure out. I see a yes and a no. Okay, so to say yes, she just wasn't in your house. She was someplace where she felt like she was at home, because that feels like it's a big deal to her. And I definitely don't feel like she was alone. She's not exactly responsive, but she's very heavily medicated. And I don't think you're her only kid. I think she has more than that. And I think she also got to be a grandma in her life. Would that all be true, Susan? So I'm just focusing on Susan Tucker now, and that's why those comments are the ones coming. Okay, true. And so the thing is, my sense is that she's coming through to say she's been communicating with you. And I do feel like you have felt her. I feel like she's very present with you, because she says you're on this kind of healing journey in your personal life, where you're working on just trying to get you better. Not necessarily just because she passed away, but because you're just on this healing, I don't know, like you're healing some stuff, is how she's saying it. So I feel like she's with you for that, because it looks like it's not easy shit to deal with. And my sense is that your mom, when she's coming through, it's like, I think you asked her, all right, health issues. I think you asked her to be here tonight, though. This is what she's telling me, is you wanted to hear from her because you wanted to know, like, if things were going to get better. Am I going to feel better? Is this going to get any better? And it's almost like you're wondering now, because whatever is going on with your health is also activated by stress. So I am just going to tell you, I am not a doctor. Don't take medical advice from me. But I am going to tell you kind of what she's saying, because your mom wasn't a doctor either. However, I do feel like your health issues are being exaggerated or amplified by stress. And that seems to be a really important thing to mention to you, because you're like in a really high stress kind of environment, whether it's at home or work or wherever it is. I just feel like there's a lot on your shoulders. And I feel like that's what she's coming for, because it isn't so much that you want to know if she's okay or not, because she absolutely is, but she says that she's visited you. So she's already come in some dreams. She's been around you, but she says you also asked her if it would, she says you also asked her if she was going to be, if you were going to be okay, if there was anything you needed to worry about, or if things were going to get worse. She just says, like, you asked her that, like if she could tell you anything or help alert you to anything. And I just have to say, like, she's saying you're going to be okay. There are some treatments and they're on their way of figuring it out or getting things figured out. But I got to tell you, I'm sitting here saying, okay, there's some stressful shit going on around you. But the thing is, some of that stressful shit going on around you seems like it's very much connected with you setting boundaries and saying, I can't do this. I can do this. I'm not going to be able to go to that party. I'm not going to be able to make that cannoli. I'm not going to be able to visit because I need more time for myself, or something like that. So I got to say that she's telling you that she loves you. And she says, she had a hard time with this too, setting boundaries, kind of like whatever with people. I have a really hard time with that. But essentially, the message here is that she knows what you're going through. And she wants you to know that you're not dealing with this on your own. So I feel like she wants you to know how loved you are, and that setting those boundaries and doing that kind of stuff is really where it's at. So I just want to tell you to make sure, just not boundaries in the sand, not the stuff people can just kind of push over. And then, because I feel like you're very giving and very loving person, and your mom says you're just like her. So she's taking all the credit for your awesomeness. But I just feel like she just wants you to know you're going to be okay, and make sure you don't backpedal on your boundaries, but she'll always be around you, and she's doing better than ever, so she can inspire good things around you. And that's what she's saying. So I just want to give you lots of love from your mama, Susan, and let you know she's doing absolutely fine over there in the spirit world. And you're going to be okay. Just reduce your stress, set some boundaries, and just know people don't like it when you set boundaries, especially when they like to cross them. I just want to say that to you and give you lots of love from her. Okay. So I got to say, actually, I know I got people on camera, but I'm not sure right now. I have somebody's dad who would have died in the last year, 18 months. He had a couple of strokes. He had he had lived with so he had a couple of strokes. And you guys, I'm going to keep the video open for this too, to see. So video people, if you need to chime in, definitely do. And let me know if you're on video, and then I'll pull you on. But I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye on things. But I feel like I have somebody's dad here who's telling me that he had multiple strokes. And that would have happened before he died. So this wasn't I had 4 strokes and then I died. This is like someone who had one, did some rehab, got better, had another one, didn't get better from that, and then so on and so forth. And so it's like an ongoing thing with him. But here's the thing. He drank a lot. So the guy that I'm getting was a heavy drinker when he was alive. And I don't know, I feel like he stopped and then started again, but alcoholism is here. So that is a very important element of this father, is that he's telling me that he was a drinker. And the other thing is, I feel like whoever belongs to this person, and I know this sounds really crazy, but I feel like ringing in my ears. So I feel like when he's around, this person might think they have that, I think it's called tinnitus, whatever it is, thinking they might have that, because I almost hear a tone like that coming through right now. And so I want to see if that makes sense for anyone. 5 years ago now, telling me to look for dimes. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. Whoever that is, Mel Ant, you're welcome. Hi, Frank. And so I see all you guys signing on here, but I'm looking for, there's a lot of people on here. So I'm looking for, he was a drinker. I definitely feel like he was an alcoholic. He had a few strokes. He had some issues with that. I don't know that he died from strokes, but I do feel like he was definitely limited in his capability or something. So let me look here. Sounds like my child's dad. All right. So I just want to say, Facebook people, please don't put too much of your information in the comment thread, because there's always people kind of saying I have a message for you, DM me, and it will never be me. So I just want you to know that. Hi, Andy. Hi, Amber. Hi, Brenda here. Oh, Brenda P. Sounds like your kid's dad. Hold on just a minute. Hold on, you guys. My dad has a lot of strokes, and he passed away, but he was an older man. Okay, but John Sabrina Manzanares, was he a drinker? So this is the thing that's really important, that he's telling me, hi to everybody saying hi to me. He was a heavy drinker. That is really important to mention because as a dad, I just feel like he was a lot. That is what I want to say. So, okay. All right, John, Sabrina, buddy, stopped. All right. So here's the deal though. If he stopped, do they think, oh, then he started all over again? And then after he started, did he start having strokes? Because I think this is connected to alcoholism. So he stopped and then he started drinking again. That would make perfect sense. Because he tells me he was, okay, I think I got your dad or whoever this guy is. I keep hearing this thing about the dad. So are you the one who said he's your dad or that you think he's the father of your kid? Because I saw that and it's hard for me to scroll back and see. So John, Sabrina, is this your dad? Or is this the father of your children? I think it's your dad. So just put dad in there if it is. And I'm sorry, you guys. Luckily, this thing will highlight the comments so I don't have to. Oh, he is your dad. Perfect. He's telling me, that's great. He's your dad. No, my dad. Okay. So the thing is, he's telling me that even though he stopped drinking, he started drinking again. It didn't make sense. Like nobody understood why this happened. And then he started doing this and it got really bad. And then I feel like then he started having strokes and it was just one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. And then he was on his way out. But nobody really understands why he started again. It doesn't make any sense because he was doing pretty good. And that is what I'm getting with this man because I feel like he was kind of a jerk when he drank and then he stopped and then he started again, even though there were years in between it. But he just keeps telling me that nobody really understands why he started again. That's what he's telling me. So I just want to see if that makes sense to you because I get the feeling from him, he wanted to be here tonight. He says he's got a lot of making up to do. And I do feel like you were pretty close to your dad, but I also feel like people are just really kind of confused with what the hell happened? Why did he start again? Like it just doesn't make any sense. 10 years he was sober. And then he started drinking. And then I think that gave him a lot of health issues because he was doing it really heavily. He just keeps saying nobody understood why he started doing this again when he had finally stopped. I don't know what triggered him, but what he's telling me is that there's other kids for him. I do feel like there's actually a lot of family for him that he's telling me like nobody really understood like what the fuck happened. And he's telling me he can't answer that either. He doesn't know exactly what triggered him. He just knows that he started doing it again. And since he's died, he's seen so many members of his family, his kids, I think he has siblings or something living. Everyone's just kind of like, what the hell? But I also feel like that's generational because I see that in the generation above your dad. So I don't know if that's his dad or whoever, but I see it there. And I feel like I have to say that he comes with this kind of heartfelt, almost like apology, because it's just one of those kinds of things where he just lost himself. And he's just telling me that, like he lost himself. And so he wanted to come and say hello to you. I don't know if you're John or Sabrina John or who I'm talking to. But in that name, he just says he wanted everyone to know he was okay now. Even though he struggled a lot when he was here. So I just want to pass that on. And hopefully I hear a little bit more from you in just a moment. Sabrina. Okay. So is all this like resonating with you, what I'm saying? I know you're only I know we're only typing it, but I just want to make sure that what I'm saying to you like resonates with you because I really feel like he wants to kind of say he's sorry he isn't here right now. He has grandkids, he has people that love him, and I don't even know that he could wait, no one knew he was drinking. Yes, it does. Okay. He just says it was something that nobody understood. And that's what he's saying, because he kept it hidden. And I honestly think he had a very bad diabetes and he wasn't supposed to be drinking. And then I feel like the drinking triggered some of the strokes and triggered some of his health issues. And what he's saying is he wants to apologize, and he knows that you'll pass it on to family, because he was hiding it. And I feel like he was hiding it because he didn't want to be judged, but I just feel like it's like, oh, I want to feel good like that again. And so and it's generational, it's in his family somewhere else, but he says that he knows that you will pass this message along, that he is okay, and that he's sorry he made a mistake or hid things from people, because by him hiding these things, it made it so you guys didn't get as much time with him at the end, and he wasn't really quite himself. So I just want to give you lots of love from your dad, and let you know that he's here tonight. And it's not just him. There's actually probably like a dozen other people with him that are family, but I want to get to like another reading. So I just want to say that he loves you, and he knows he made a mistake and cut his own time short. But he wants to let you know that you're on his heart. And I think you have siblings, and I think there's maybe a sibling for him that's alive, but he just wanted to make sure that you knew that. So I just want to say thank you for coming on, and he said you weren't sure if you were going to hear from him or not, but you wanted to, and he said he heard you, because it was almost like you were like, you better come through, I want some answers. And that seems to be kind of like the energy with him. So I just want to give you all of his love, and let you know that he is absolutely at peace right now. Okay, so I see people messaging me. So I thank you guys for watching. I wanna talk to somebody else who's here. Kimmy Cat, where did she go? I promised her I would get back to her. Let's see if we can get this to work. All right. What about now? Say something now. No, it's not working. Why is it not working? Can you comment? Like on the comments? Does it let you do that? Because I mean, I see you, but I was thinking maybe you could comment or something. So I don't know. I can't hear you. I want it to work so bad, and it's not doing. Wait, what? Her comments are under the private chat. Sorry, you guys. I'm not real good with it. Under comments. Okay. Comments, banners, brand, private chat. Oh, I found it. Okay. I can see it. Oh, okay. So this is what Kimmy Cat has said to me. She has said, hi, Kim. She's like, oh, wait, look at all your technical. Yeah, I'm real good at it. Okay. It says, will you ever tour to the East Coast? Yes, I will. I saw you many times when I went in Colorado, but recently moved back home. Yeah, actually, I do go to the East Coast in March, and I am actually, for next year, I have a big plan that I'm going to go to a bunch of different cities that I've always wanted to go to, and I'm going to make it an experience. So not only do you come and I do readings, maybe not for everybody, but just in a group, I'm also going to do stuff with my house blessing business and my soul social thing. So it'll be like an event. I haven't fully figured it out yet, but that's what's going to happen. So let me get down here. All right. You were commenting it. That could be, oh, you have a brother-in-law, and it sounded like I might've been talking to him before. And so, come to Boston. I like Boston, and I'm originally from Long Island. So I like the East Coast, and then it gives me an excuse to visit my dad and my friends that live over there. But so you said that you, in the private comments, it says, you, just so you guys know exactly what's happening here. In the private comments, she mentioned that she had a brother-in-law that died a couple of weeks ago and that could be my brother-in-law. He passed 2 weeks ago from alcoholism, and he was a heavy drinker, and he was a dad. I think that guy belonged to her, but I'm looking at this, and I don't think I have your brother-in-law here. I mean, I think he's over there, but have I read you before? Because there's like a few people that are coming and like standing behind you, and they tell me they've all talked to me. So I feel like you might have parents over there. Like there's 3 people behind you that say that they've talked to me. One looks like he's your age and the other 2 look older. But they all are like, oh, hi, like they know me. So obviously I've talked to some people before, and your face looks slightly familiar, and I'm sorry that I can't hear you or that anybody on here can hear you because my tech savvy is, but at least we can do this. So that's what I want to say though about your brother-in-law. Is that I know he's in the spirit world and I know he's fine, but I also know he's different than the other guy that I was talking to, because I think your brother-in-law was kind of an asshole when he was drinking. He was an asshole. Your other people aren't, but he was, and that's what he's telling me. And I feel like it's kind of like one of those sad situations where it feels like it was just a matter of time till he did something stupid. And that's what he's telling me. And he says that he has kids and they have kids, or kids with kids or something. There's all these kids. And he just says he was not the best example. And I actually feel like you didn't particularly like him very much, is what he's saying. He's like, you liked him, but he kind of caused a lot of freaking problems in your family. And there's a lot of people, though. He left your sister and she is heartbroken. Yeah. And I think this is Micah, the brother-in-law, not the dad. Because I think that your dad, I've already talked to him, but this guy, I've never talked to him, the brother-in-law guy. And he said, sometimes you liked him, sometimes you didn't. He had a lot of problems. He said everything wrong, and then got to, Steve's his name. Oh shit, what happened? Oh, there we go. All of a sudden it did the little spinning wheel. But this is the one where your sister is so brokenhearted about him. And he says that she told him 1,000,000 times to stop. He says all she wanted was for him to stop, and he didn't. And he says that he's telling her happy Valentine's Day and that he loves her. But he knows that if he had listened to her, he'd be in a different place than in the spirit world. He'd still be here. But he just didn't. And it's just so weird, because it's like during the day, light hours, I'm going to clean this up or I'm going to deal with it. But then in the nighttime, it goes different. And so I just feel like when I am tuning into your brother-in-law, he fucked up. He says he's going to be cremated or something. Like he's going to be cremated. He also says, I know he said it was a couple of weeks ago, but I don't think anybody's kind of even got a chance to kind of wrap their head around it. Sometimes people get buried like within a week after but not in this. This is a different situation. So I feel like he wants your sister to know that he still loves her, because they were together for a long time. And he says thank you to you, because you've been there for her lately, like a lot. You've had to be there for her a lot. And that's what he's telling me. Just so you guys know, the comments are She says Steve is his name. Yes, it was her sister's husband, and she also has a problem with it. And it was very sad. They were together 32 years, I guess, and I'm still grieving myself. But the thing is, your sister, he keeps saying he's trying to inspire her to make a different decision or to live her life differently. So if she also has an issue with alcohol, I think he's trying to help, because that sucks. And I'm sorry that you're having to deal with that. But your sister always was like, let's quit together or let's stop. And the thing is, she acted like he had a problem and she didn't. And so that's kind of a problem in itself. But he is around your sister, and he said he's doing everything he can to inspire her to make a different choice, for her whole life, just for everything, just to kind of pick herself up and keep moving forward. So I want to let you know that. And he says sometimes he drove you crazy. Like, he is legit like a brother, not like a brother-in-law. He feels like your brother. And sometimes he got on your nerve, and sometimes he thought he was awesome, and sometimes he was a pain in the ass, and sometimes he was amazing. And so he's telling me, though, that he wants you to know, thank you for being there for her, because she's falling apart. And it's kind of hard to get through all of that with her, because she's not really like fully wanting to deal with it. So maybe because this is recorded, it will be on Facebook or wherever you're tuning into me. But I think it is. Well, it's on those apps. You can see it again when we're done. But I just want to tell you that he is fully aware of what's going on there. And it's not just him and his mom. I feel like he has kids that might have a problem as well or something. Does that make sense? Like, it seems like I'm getting a lot of genetic kind of shit here. So I just want to tell you that. And I want to let you know that your brother's at peace. So, oh, you are recording it. Okay. Yes. He lost his brothers. Well, I'm not talking to any of his other people. You've got like your family there, and they're bringing him because he was the one that you needed to talk to the most. But his brothers and stuff, he's reunited with family, but his family was kind of like a hot mess express. And I think that all the dead people over there with him are also riders on the hot mess express. And I just want to say, though, he's at peace. And there's just a peaceful feeling with him when he's coming through. So I just want you to know that. And we have private comments between her and I that you guys don't see. But she's talking about that, that he was too young when he died, and he had lost his brothers, and they were all smokers and drinkers, and it's kind of like a family thing. But he's a smart ass. Those are my favorite dead people. So like, he's kind of talking shit over there. And I feel like he has a good sense of humor when he comes through, and he has a big smile on his face, and he's at the very best he could possibly be. And so I just want to let you know that. And then you asked if he met Micah. That was something in the private comments. And he was like, of course. Micah's much younger than him, though, like significantly younger. And Micah has a big ass personality. Who is this? Have I talked to him? Micah. I've talked to him. He just filled the room with his energy. Is Micah's mom still living? Do you know his mom? Okay, you do know her? All right. So that's you just put yes. Okay. She's dead too. Okay. But then were you like a mom to Micah? Because there's a lady living that was like his mom. And if his mom's dead, I'm not talking about his mom. I'm talking about maybe you or another female. You took care of him. And he was quadriplegic. Okay. And his mom's dead. That's what. So the thing about him is he filled the room when he came in. I don't get the energy of someone who's a quadriplegic. I get the energy of someone who like busts into the space. Like he's just like, but I've talked to him before and he's fun. I like his personality. He is definitely the kind of guy that everybody liked. And he's funny and he just like, I know how to do this. So you kept putting his name, and I was talking to Steve, and I just felt like there's still like a lot of people over there for you. You got a lot of dead people. And he's one of them. But you're like the mom because you're the one who took care of him. And he just says, you said, he was the love of your life. And the thing is, he said, she took good care of me. And he thought, oh, wait a minute. Is that part of the reason you moved? He says that's why you had to move or something. It's like things changed, circumstances changed. So you had to go back home because you couldn't stay where you were. And he says that was really hard for you. Because I know Boston is a lovely city, okay. But I don't know that you want to go back. And I feel like you would have rather stayed with him and had him be here than go back there. But he tells me he went with you. So don't ever think you're alone because you're being stalked by a dead guy who's the love of your life. And happy Valentine's Day. And he also is, and I've talked to him, right? Because he acts like he's been talking to you for a while. And you talk to him all the time. That's what he's saying. It says, you are correct. And I know I have him with me. And yes, you talk to him all the time and every moment of the day. I've got a dead guy like that I talk to all the time as well. And I got to tell you guys, if any of you have a romantic partner in the spirit world, or a child or a parent that you got along with really well, just pay attention because they're always trying to communicate. And Kim Cat, I'm going to take you off here, but I want to say thank you for participating and thank you for being patient with me. And I hope Boston treats you right. And whenever I go in that direction, which is my big plan at some point, you will know about it if you're on my mailing list. And any of you guys who watch this, if you want like the stream link, like the StreamYard link so you can sign on and be video or whatever, so maybe I can pop you up that way. You just have to subscribe to my newsletter because it comes out in that. And that's all on my website. It's readingsbykim.com. So I just want to tell you that. I think I usually don't get a chance to really kind of like respond to comments and stuff like that. But I actually think that because it's Valentine's Day, at some point this evening or tomorrow morning, some of these comments that are on Facebook and whatever, I think I'm going to respond to them. And I'm telling you this also because, especially if you're on Facebook, I am not going to private message you. I am not going to send you a link saying, hey, talk to me on whatever app, whatever thing there is, Cash App me, Venmo me, whatever. Don't do it. It's not me. I promise you that. And I will, though, respond to some of the comments on Facebook because there's a lot of Facebook comments on here because a lot of you guys are watching from Facebook. And I do have some other stuff kind of coming up because because I'm already 10 minutes over when I wanted to do it. I was like, I'll be done at 7:30 and now I'm not. But I'm just going to go work out. So I want you guys to all know that. But I'm making a promise. So that way you all know exactly where I'm going after this and you have to keep me to my word. But I'm going to go work out after this. But I just got to say, thank you so much for tuning in and paying attention. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And if there's anything I've learned about holidays and stuff like that, it's what you make it. So if you make it like a day about love and romance and whatever, then that's what it is. But sometimes, like I do, I just recycle holidays to be what I want them to be. So my Valentine's Day is the anniversary of me doing this, and it's my dog's birthday. And so whether there's romantic love or not, I'm good because it has a different meaning to me. So I highly encourage all of you guys to make whatever special day your own. Just so you know, there is like, I talked about this in the beginning of the video on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, there's a video of how I started doing this and how I became a medium. If you're interested in that, it's on my YouTube channel, which is Medium and Psychic Kim Moore. And then also, I was just on a podcast and they interviewed me about a lot of this stuff. And there's video clips on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. If you want to follow on TikTok, it's Psychic Medium Kim Moore, I think. I don't remember. And so, because I'm trying to get TikTok to like 1,000 people so that I can do live videos on there as well. They won't be on this platform. They'll be on that platform. But if you want to follow my TikTok, that would be lovely. And I will go in later on today after I work out and I will respond to you guys. None of my responses will be private message me. I will not tell you that. So don't believe the people that do that, and keep the amount of information that you put on in the comments and stuff on Facebook and everything minimum, because people try to use that and say they have a message and stuff like that, and they don't. And it sucks that I have to dedicate time to even talking about that, but that's just kind of the way it is. But I love you guys. Thank you for all your kind words. And I hope that the rest of your Valentine's Day is lovely. And give yourself a hug from me, because if you're in front of me, that's exactly what I would do. And just know that your loved ones are around you pretty much 24/7. And as long as, and there's no time over there, so they can be around us as long as we want them to be. And they're in the journey with you. So I just want to tell you that and give you lots of love from your loved ones. And thank you guys for watching.